Hey folks, it's me again, yours truly, and I'm going to be doing just a random gaming vlog here. Yep, putting in another vlog here. Yeah, I just got back from a nice afternoon with my mom, having lunch with her. It was wonderful and splendid. Anyway, I'm going to go on ahead and be playing more of my, I finally got this thing figured out. I know I was a little iffy before when I took this for a test run, but these past few days I've figured out pretty much how it works. So, yeah, gonna play a little more of it for the time being. And I know what game we're going to start out with first. I'm going to play one of the arcade titles. Then we might play another arcade title after this. I tell you, so many titles, so many games on this device. You don't know where to begin when you first start playing it. Whoa. Alright, now we need to go back up. We went a little too... Alright, Turtles in Time, the arcade game. Yeah, why not? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I dig those speeches at the beginning of the games. Winners don't use drugs. I don't use drugs, but I'm not really a winner per se. At least not on all things. I dig the intro to this game. As a matter of fact, they're using that Pizza Power song that they used in that Ninja Turtles World Tour thing, that where they played music. To this day, that gets one of the worst reps of that gets one of the worst reps of anything Turtles. Even most diehard Ninja Turtle fans really hate that Out of Our Shells tour thing. All right, who am I gonna pick? Start with Raph. I have a hard time debating whether Raphael's my favorite turtle or if Leonardo is. Because on Raphael, I can kind of relate to him in many ways. The fact that I'm a little bit of an outsider, the fact that I've got a sharp tongue. Sometimes I find it really questionable saying that maybe Raph could be my overall favorite turtle than Leonardo, but I really like Leonardo a lot too, because like Leonardo, I tend to be a pretty good leader. I've got those qualities within me too. In a lot of ways, I like Donatello a lot also, because the thing about Donatello is that I've got his brilliance and smarts and genius. Michelangelo's okay for his nunchucks like Bruce Lee, but that's about the only credit I pretty much give him, other than the fact he's just one of those guys that would just want me to keep snapping at him and all that. He can never take anything serious. Just the thing about Michelangelo. Even though he is the youngest and all that, it seems like he's the most superficial of all the other three. He's kind of immature, It was pretty cool to find out that video that Sin Massacre, James Rolfe, posted where Robbie Risk came and featured on the channel. Yeah, he voiced Michelangelo in those first three live-action movies. I agree with many fans that also Ninja Turtles 3 was another piece of turtle material that is very worthless and something you're better off just skipping. Kind of feels like a filler. And oh man, I got zapped by Krang's android. Oh man. Yeah, just the other day I found another video on YouTube where showed like the deleted cut. I mean, like the deleted scenes from the original 1990 film that was never released in America, but only on the European editions. I tell you, the alternate opening that still doesn't have a release in the United States, boy, that's like really how the movie should have opened everywhere, Europe or not. So they showed the turtles like in like some sort of creek or little wet, dirty water, and they had their shells sticking out, and then suddenly they come and they rescue April from those thieves that mugged her after she was on her way back to her van to go home after doing, you know, the report on the Foot Clan. She's kind of getting overzealous on trying to get to the facts and the point regarding the Foot Clan and everything, as well as even getting the police officer chief, known as Chief Stearns, in on it, and he's losing patience with April. It's like just goes on and on throughout that. But nonetheless, you know, the original 1990s Turtle movie is a classic, though, as well as even the 1987 series, what this game is influenced off of. Yeah, fighting old Baxter Stockman in his fly form. Yeah, in the original arcade game, Baxter's just in his human form, but in the NES port of it, he's in both human form and fly form. The only way to really get that far into that one is if you enter cheat codes. Luckily, I do on my emulator, but on this thing, I kind of find a lot of the stuff questionable, since people are like posting on Reddit and all that, and like how they're like, you know, experimenting with this, and they're like trying to improve its performances and doing stuff with the settings, and only for people to like get themselves, you know, in the middle of the ocean. They no longer have any oars, and they have to hope for wind or whatever. Kind of the way it's like pretty much seeming. So in that sense, since I'm not really an electronics expert as of right now, I'm gonna probably, you know, refrain from trying to set some stuff up until I can get me maybe another possible, until I can get me like another USB controller. I've got some USB controllers, but they're old and kind of wore out. I'm probably gonna order me some more with this. Oh, man. Pizza power! Yeah, on the Super Nintendo port of this game, it's like you could hear it had dialogue, but you could barely understand it, unlike in this arcade version. Even in the Hyperstone Heist, you know, it's like the dialogue was even more clear on the Sega Genesis than it was on the Super Nintendo. I can imagine if they tried putting dialogue in the original arcade game in like Ninja Turtles 2 on the NES port. I can imagine just how much crappier the dialogue would have sounded in that compared to Super Nintendo Turtles in Time. A whole lot worse, I would think. Yeah, fighting old Metalhead right now. It looks sort of like an evil Michelangelo, kind of the same way Slash looks like an evil Donatello. Was pretty cool, and even like, you know, Slash looking like an evil Donatello, how Corey Feldman even voiced Slash in that Nickelodeon animated series. I watched the first 2 seasons of that. It Wasn't that bad, but it wasn't nearly as good as this here, though. The 87 and '03 Turtles are the ones I like the best. So, 1987 Ninja Turtles cartoon kind of put like a kid-friendly tone in it, and it had a lot of jokes and humor, and was pretty light and all that until like the last 3 seasons, where it like kind of started to be more like Batman the Animated Series. It's X-Men the Animated. It was on that CBS Action Zone on Saturday mornings, along with Wildcats and Skeleton Warriors. I watched some of Wildcats. I think that's actually a better show than X-Men the Animated, just to be perfectly honest. Oh, man. Oh, man, my toes, my toes. Yeah. I will admit, one better thing about the Super Nintendo version complete compared to this arcade version is the way they like do that like grunting sound when they're fighting. It's not really with much energy in this compared to the Super Nintendo version. The Super Nintendo version, where they're doing the grunting sound when they are fighting the foot soldiers or and all that, a whole lot more energy was put into it. Oh man. Killer pizzas. Yeah, that was actually a pretty good episode of the 1987 Ninja Turtle cartoon. Yeah, where there was that episode, where they had those like pizzas inside, Shredder and Krang, they like, make a fake pizza and all that, and they like, try to take over the world with it and everything. And even April O'Neil ends up getting one for free, and her and Irma are about to eat it in their apartment, and next thing you know, it comes to life right there in the microwave. Now, that was like the first episode with the killer pizzas, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I've actually got like the first several seasons of the 1987 Turtles on DVD, and I'm pretty sure that was the first episode on that DVD. So yeah, that had to have been the first episode with the killer pizzas, called Case of the Killer Pizzas. Dimension X material. Oh man. Well, it's good to know that I have quite a few continues to spare. Oh man, gotta fight these Dimension X cavemen. Oh man. Shell shock all the way. It's also pretty cool on how Rob 7 Turtles, he did a pretty good job with it. The only difference is he was a little bit more kind of laid back compared to the average typical Raphael. But I'm not going to lie about it, he still had that toughness and enthusiasm within him, though. Yeah, fighting the green-arrowed foot soldiers. Bet you anything the reason why they gave them bow and arrows and decided to color them green was influenced off the Green Arrow from DC Comics. I think they should just kind of get it over with, and just declare Ninja Turtles as a part of the DC universe. I mean, after all, they were DLC in Injustice 2. I'm hoping if they make an Injustice 3 that they come back as DLC and maybe even add the Shredder and all that too. Maybe even Krang also. You could add like the IEW series Krang. I just had it looks a lot like Clayface from Batman the Animated Series. It was voiced by Ron Perlman. Probably one of the first biggest leading voice roles he ever had in his career, I would think. Although, if I said it was one of his biggest leading voice roles, I mean, he wasn't really a leading character per se in Batman the Animated Series, but he was in the episodes Feet of Clay Parts 1 and 2, and then he was in one more after that. Then he was even in like a few episodes that I haven't even seen yet of like the 4th season, but personally I didn't think that season was as good for the most part of what I saw of it anyway. So, when it comes to Batman the Animated Series, I personally thought the episodes that were made from 92 to 95 were the best. Not to mention, because personally, I think even like in the animated universe, I didn't really think that the DCAU Nightwing was as good as he was in the comics. Didn't really even get to see any of what he did in Bloodhaven or any of that either. It would be cool if they made a live-action Nightwing movie, though. I'd be down for that all the way. Yeah, not to mention, even much later in the comics, in the way future, before Dick goes into retirement, he becomes Batman himself. It's just the whole thing, first you're a Robin, then you're a Nightwing, and then you're the Captain Batman. Kind of like in Starfleet and Star Trek. But boy, I tell you, if there's anything that outranks Batman, I don't know what it could be other than somebody like Commissioner Gordon. You watch Star Trek Deep Space Nine, when you get right down to it, Captain Sisko and Admiral Barry Ross are kind of like Batman and Gordon to some extent. I still haven't even seen that Batman Ninja Turtle crossover, but I heard it was a really good movie, though. Need to give it a watch. I wonder if it might even be on HBO Max. If it is, I'm definitely going to add it to my list and watch it later. Yeah, and I thought Space Jam 2, in my subjective personal opinion, it, was actually a pretty decent movie. I was just very disappointed when Michael Jordan didn't show up, and it was merely the actor, which basically what they were looking for humor and kind of like him to be like a cross between Michael Jordan and Bill Murray, but he didn't actually help him. He just told him that it was a misunderstanding because they really were looking for Michael Jordan to help him and not the actor Michael B. Jordan who plays Killmonger in Black Panther. Yeah, not to mention the Human Torch. Oh man, you... Gotta fight Toka and Razar now. Oh boy. Oh, shell shock. Since I don't have very many batteries for my camcorder, you know, with this, I'm probably not going to be able to play a whole lot of games today, but I probably will maybe in the next one I do. Down you go, snapping turtle. I'm about, oh boy. What I was gonna say, I'm about ready to go for some Nesquik. I've been drinking quite a bit of that stuff lately. It's good and proven to keep bones strong and healthy. Oh, not to mention how Barry Gordon, who voiced Donatello, yeah, he voiced the Nesquik bunny as well. The old Super Mario Super Show VHS tapes. It's like, you know, the opening to those videos had a Nesquik ad. Yeah, you hear the Nesquik bunny, Barry Gordon, you know, talking about his dream and, you know, like his imagination of Quickland, you know, even though Quickland didn't really exist, it was just him being a dreamer and all that. I have those kind of dreams all the time. Well, maybe if the Nesquik bunny ends up going to heaven, maybe his heaven would look a lot like Quickland for sure. Oh man, I had to scratch my back for a minute, or like the top of my shoulder, yeah, was itching me, and I couldn't turn around to attack the bad guys. But like I said, I've got lots of continues. Oh man, gosh. Oh. Leatherhead. Down you go. That is it for you. Oh boy. Yeah, you got those foot soldiers in those like little chopper jetpacks. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Super Krang. Oh, shell shock. Remember at the end of that, I remember that Invasion of the Shell Snatchers episode of Ninja Turtles. Yeah, like at the very end of it, you had like Shredder and Krang there. You thought you could have it all, except you have Zip. Look who's talking. You don't even have hands to fix your equipment, but let me help, boss. Oh! Keep that up and you won't have hands either. That was a pretty good episode of the 1987 Turtles. Invasion of the Turtle Snatchers. Yeah, where, Donatello and Rocksteady get abducted by aliens and the others have to Like you know, I mean, you have Shredder and Bebop who have to save Rocksteady and the other turtles, and April have to save Donatello. Oh man, I'm trapped. Oh gosh. Oh man, no. Oh no. Oh man, no. No, I'm too cold. Oh, yeah. Funny. Yeah, no, I'm a turtle sickle. Yeah. Oh crap! No, man, goodness. Surrender now, Krang. That hole's our way home. Let's go. Yep, we've defeated Krang, and now it is time to go after the Shredder. Total Soap, my favorite. That's really how the 1987 Shredder would say that. Yeah, unlike in the Super Nintendo version, he doesn't transform into the Super Shredder from Secret of the Ooze like he does. This one he doesn't do that. He turns into the Super Shredder at the final boss fight in the Super Nintendo adaptation. But yeah, like I said, in this he remains in his true form and he's using a sword. Oh, shell shock. I have plans to complete the Batman Arkham Knight vlogs, but I'm probably not going to do it for right now, though. Yeah, maybe in a couple weeks or something, I don't know, but gonna be chilling with this thing for a while, I think. Bye-bye, Shredhead. Pizza power. Alright. Play something else for the time being. It's good to know that I pretty much, for the longest time I was kind of doing it the hard way when it came to like exiting out of like a game and starting another one. Therefore, it's like, I'd have like, Super Nintendo like, like kind of like those things at the both sides of the end of the screens. I would like have Super Nintendo for no matter what I played. If I like played the Super Nintendo title first, but it's good to know that I found my way around that. It's a little bit difficult to put down into words for right now, but anyway, play X-Men the arcade game this time, which was influenced off the Pride of the X-Men. I think they made like a comic of it and a comic series of it. Yeah, they made a comic series of it and they made like one episode, an animated adaptation, which I really wish they would have completed it and made more of it. Because I personally thought Pride of the X-Men was better than the one that aired on Fox Kids. Not to mention, I really like that version of Magneto the best. Picking Nightcrawler, much to my Nightcrawler voice. We must stop Magneto. He is our true enemy and the Brotherhood. And we must save my dear Kitty from Magneto. Certainly, Professor X. Oh, yeah. Yeah, gotta love Nightcrawler. For one thing, he's a circus freak and teleport and all that. Boy, I'd love the ability to teleport, despite having blue skin and having to live like a circus freak. Yeah, I never really voiced Nightcrawler, but I have a video on this channel. Like, earlier this year, I shared a little, I was just goofing around doing voice acting, just amateur style, and I decided to, like, share it. Now we gotta fight Pyro as the first boss. Pretty amazing, you know, like in the X2, you know, I mean, even though Pyro started out as an X-Men, it was obvious that he, you know, since you read the comics and all that, that he was a bad guy and a part of Magneto's Brotherhood, that he was, of course, going to betray the X-Men in such a way as he did in that movie. Yeah, and then in X3, you know, I mean, you have a showdown between him and Iceman. He says to Iceman, you shouldn't have stayed in school, and then he knocks him out, and that's pretty much his defeat. You should have never left. Even though X3 does have quite a bit of flaws. But you know what happens when they make these movies? They make money too, so... Oh no. Sticking with Nightcrawler. Kurt Wagner. Kurt Wagner, yes. Must stop these mutants. Well, at least I got unlimited lives. Oh man, gotta fight Freddy Dukes the Blob. Oh, but I moved the Blob alright. You really think you're the only circus freak around here? I'll show you that you are not alone. You shouldn't have underestimated me. In terms of pro wrestling, I hear CM Punk may finally be coming back to it after all. I think he's already pretty much signed with AEW along with Daniel Bryan. Yep. And well, I hope those rumors are true, and I hope they're official because, yeah, you know, maybe I'll start watching some CM Punk AEW matches on the channel when they have it uploaded, because I've not really been watching online. I've not really been watching live. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I haven't really been watching live because, yeah, just takes up too much of my schedule and all that. I just don't think wrestling's really had as much hype lately as it did like 3 years ago and all before that. Just kind of feel more comfortable watching it when it's on the DVR. So you see, CM Punk sure was awesome and pretty entertaining when he was back in the ECW, you know, not the original ECW, but the WWE relaunch that came out in like '06. Yeah, and he even won his first WWE championship there in ECW against John Morrison. Well, that took care of him.
Don't be afraid, kitty. I am here to rescue you.
Cyclops. Oh no! I have to fight my future wife, says Cyclops. Well, he doesn't really know that yet, so then again, says me. But seriously, I can't say I blame Scott for picking Emma Frost over Jean, because in my personal opinion, Emma Frost is a whole lot hotter. Yeah, when it comes to all the girls in the Marvel Universe, Emma Frost, hands down, is my #1 crush. Heck, she's sexier than Wonder Woman. Well, I know Wonder Woman's DC, but you know what I'm talking about. I'll play as Wolverine for a little bit. I'm the best at what I do, and what I do isn't very nice, as he always says. I definitely prefer the yellow and brown for Wolverine over the yellow and blue. Just goes to show you that he's more of a renegade rather than a leader or follower. Let alone, he just sticks around with the team. He really doesn't give a shit. Okay, sorry about that. Oh boy. I meant to hit resume, but yeah, well, we didn't get to finish that. Ow. I guess we got a little bit of time to kill. Maybe I'll just play a little bit of something else really fast. Well, I really meant to continue that X-Men, but yeah, just suited me like experimenting with this. So I just kind of clicked out of it by accident. But in the meantime, I guess we can play something else right quick, and then I guess I'll call it a day with this. And then, yeah, we'll of course play this some more you know, later once I can get some more batteries for my digital camcorder. Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of the Superheroes. Yeah, let's play this for a little bit. And then, once I'm done with this, yeah. And I'm gonna pick Venom. I didn't really want Colossus as my special partner, but I guess I only had so much time to select, I guess. Looks like we're going up against Strider and Gambit. But mainly against Strider, showing down against my character Venom. We are Venom. Oh man. Well, I'm probably going to have to end the stream. Like I said, you know, the batteries I just had to replace didn't have enough power in them anyway. Because like I said, I do need to get new batteries, and apparently the new ones I just put in to replace the old ones, they weren't really a new set of batteries per se, so. Winner, oh wait. Yeah, this is a winner take all round. Oh yeah, we have won. Not going to play this round anyway, so it doesn't really matter for now. I'm going to end the vlog right here. Anyway, that this concludes my second run, or not my second run overall, but my second run on YouTube, playing the Super Console X with the random, with the random gaming vlog. Anyway, I guess I'll be back in a few days, week, to do another, and we'll play this thing some more. Anyway, take care.